I just had a beautiful surf on the 20 and I thought we'd take this opportunity to have a look at some of the differences in how you surf a twin fin versus surfing a thruster. Even though functionally speaking, mechanically speaking, the differences between a twin fin and a thruster, 3 fins, is quite small, the way you surf them is quite different. Now I've got a special guest for today as well. Let's jump into it. Josh Kerr has become renowned as a twin fin surfer and advocate. He is arguably pushing twin fin performance more than anyone in the world, so it was great to catch up with him at the Album Factory on the Gold Coast.
I only started becoming a full-time 20 rider, if that makes any sense, probably 3 years ago, I'd say. But prior to that, obviously tour days, I was still always dabbling with all these different boards. Always kind of had that mentality of never being satisfied in what I was riding, always wanting more out of surfing. Because to me, it's always been a lifestyle and not a sport. And riding single fins, 20s, quads, whatever, finless, Elias, everything. So, but yeah, I think there was something I did maybe about 6 years ago. I did this little project. I had my buddy had hand-shaped a random little 20 and it went so sick. And that was the first time where I felt like there was so much performance still involved in the kind of 20 realm. So as soon as I kind of got off tour, I started really heavily diving into it a lot more because I knew that it kind of fit my way of surfing, the way of just pushing my maneuvers and giving me all the freedom of speed and everything like that, but still not really taking away too much control.
I've been riding a bunch of different boards lately, as you would have seen with my Greatest Board series. With the Album Twinsman coming runner-up in this series against the Sharp Eye Inferno 72, which is a thruster, I can see and feel some strong differences in how they surf.
Yeah, so the traditional thruster, it's really developed to give you a lot of control, a bit of extra resistance, and give you that control more than anything in the pocket. It forces you to only surf in that part of the wave at the same time. It was really addictive, the thought that when I was bottom turning, I could just carry all my momentum and speed out to the open face and have so much speed on more of an open canvas kind of wall to be able to push and drive through without feeling like the board just wanted to get back to the pocket, or coming off the bottom, it wanted you to turn up and go up into the lip, which is kind of what I feel like the board wants you to, the thrusters want you to do. But the twin fin, it just you can get your eyes out to the open face and it'll just carry your speed and momentum all the way out there to where you need to go and just give you that freedom of speed, which is something that's so exciting to me especially.
After writing the album for a good few months now, I found that I do my best surfing on it by approaching everything at 80% intensity, particularly when coming off the bottom of the wave. Without the centre fin, twin fins do have a touch less grip in the water, so if you push too hard off the bottom, they can skid out or lose forward momentum. I've actually found that by accentuating the low points of my bottom turn and holding that low point longer than I normally would, it allows me to find a nice, smooth glide down the line. As I've spoken about before, surfing is all about energy distribution. With inefficient movements in your surfing, which often come from poor board choice, a lack of body awareness, or simply kinks in technique, your surfing can be impacted in an exponential way. Surfing on twin fins, where you have to dial back intensity and focus more on feeling the board and the wave beneath your feet, it makes sense that this would translate over to your regular thruster sessions as well. I love watching Josh's forehand top turns on the 20. Notice how he releases the fins into a slide on each one that is almost the hallmark feature of a great twin fin.
When you do want to just give that little bit of weight on your front foot, you can just get that release really easy on your back foot, you know what I mean? And normally to me that is like as soon as you lift your back arm, I start like thinking about coming off the bottom and I drive, and if I'm feeling like I want that quick top turn whip release, it's just the lift of the back arm that just releases those fins for me really easily. You think about when you're driving your back arm through and you're keeping it down, that really engages the fins. So as soon as you like come off the top and you drive and then you just do the back arm lift, I mean that front arm down, you can get all that weight on the front foot and just whip that tail over, and the twin fin's really good for that.
I had quite a few questions from viewers on backhand twin fin surfing, and after spending a bunch of time at the wave pool for my coaching retreats, I found that the most helpful approach is to find your extensions earlier during backside maneuvers. On a thruster, I like to find my back leg extension right at the last point of the turn to come out of it with maximum speed. When I try that on the Twinsman, I generally slide out like this. So instead of extending my back leg for the final movement, I've started focusing on extending the back leg in the apex of the turn, about a quarter of a second earlier than my instincts tell me. And this has enabled me to hold that grip against the wave without sliding out. Now overall, I'm still surfing at about 80% intensity most of the wave, except for those tiny moments of intense 100% extension of the back leg. Let me know how this goes for your surfing as well. Surfing twin fins in the right conditions has to be one of the most enjoyable parts of surfing. The speed, the flow, the release, it's nothing short of an absolute pleasure. And I hope today's video helps you experience that pleasure more deeply. That sounded very sensual. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, let me know in the comments what else we should cover on the show, and I'll see you guys soon.